When I started my first teaching job in 2006, one of the first things I did was scrounge through the school video library. My teaching assignment included subjects I had no background in, so I sought some videos that could help get me through the first month. By 2006, DVDs were commonplace, but the videos available in the school library were VHS or older. And of the thousands of tapes available, I was hard pressed to find anything I could actually use. Although YouTube was introduced in 2005, it was still largely a place where people posted home movies and watched pirated music videos. It definitely wasn't a place I turned to for educational content. Fast forward 10 years, YouTube is now the go-to place for educational videos for both teachers and students, and the most popular form is the explainer video. Explainer videos combine audio, images, and written text to provide concept overviews. They are short, typically ranging from a few minutes to no more than 15, and aim for efficiency. Often, they include narrators who speak quickly. After all, users can always pause and rewind. Salman Khan was an early pioneer of the medium. In 2006, he created the Khan Academy, which initially featured relatively low-budget videos of Khan demonstrating how to solve math problems. John Bergman and Aaron Sams later popularized the concept of the flipped classroom, which involves teachers recording video lectures for students to watch at home so that class time can be spent on problem solving and experimenting instead of lecturing. More recently, there has been an explosion of educational YouTube channels that employ teams of media experts to create slickly produced, serialized educational content. This video will examine some possible reasons why, in 10 short years, YouTube has become a go-to place for education. The potential of video for education has long been known. Thus, one possible explanation for the emergence of the YouTube explainer video is simply that a recent convergence of technologies have made the medium, which has always been desirable, possible. Today, most homes in the developed world have internet access. According to Statistics Canada, by 2012, 82.5% of Canadian homes had internet access. Furthermore, the internet is increasingly able to handle large amounts of video. According to Cisco, video represented 70% of web traffic in 2015, and increasingly, students own mobile devices that can access the internet. New technologies also make it possible for classroom teachers to create and share their own videos. Bergman and Sams demonstrated this with the flipped classroom. The pair even became spokesmen for Camtasia, which, coincidentally, was used to create this explainer video. Finally, the economics of YouTube incentivize entrepreneurs to produce educational content. Content creators collect advertising revenue based on how many times their videos are viewed. Many YouTube viewers are young, and all young people go to school, so creating educational videos is an effective way of capturing this demographic. And educational videos tend to have more replay value and longer shelf lives than videos about pop culture trends. Theorists contend that society began favoring visual communication long before YouTube. Bolter argues the shift from text to image began in the late 19th century with the invention of photography. This shift continued throughout the 20th century with the emergence of cinema and television. Bolter describes visuals and verbal text as a spectrum, with many possible relationships between words and images. Over the past century, the ratio between text and visual has been radically readjusted, with visuals gaining ascendancy over words. Bolter notes how this shift has also shaped prose, as writing has become more visually descriptive. Bolter sees this breakout of the visual as being most prominent in electronic spaces. He states, "Like the older visual media of photography, film, and television, new digital media remediate the book, the newspaper, and the magazine by offering a space in which images can break free of the constraint of words and tell their own stories." Kress echoes many of Bolter's ideas, contending that while writing has been the dominant mode of communication and education for the past few centuries, it has been superseded by the visual. In a 2008 study, Kress and Besemir examined learning materials such as textbooks, web resources, and teacher-produced materials, and concluded that images have overtaken writing as the primary carriers of meaning. Visual images do have some clear advantages over writing. Images have a more natural correspondence with what they represent. Furthermore, while language is limited by a finite number of words, there are limitless visuals. But is the age of the visual a useful construct? With the emergence of text messaging and emails, we likely read and write more today than at any point in human history, and humans have always used multiple modes to communicate. It is likely more apt to declare we are living in the age of multimodalism. In 1996, the New London Group published the influential A Pedagogy of Multiliteracies, which postulates there are multiple ways of communicating and making meaning. Today, multimodal studies focus on how various modes of communication are used together. In cyberspace, users experience multiple modes simultaneously. These modes include, but are not limited to, print text, audio, documentary video, computer graphics, animations, photographs, RSS feeds, and comment sections. For Kress, effective communication in cyberspace is about multimodal design. Effective design involves selecting the appropriate combination of modes to best communicate information in a specific web context. This is what an explainer video does. In addition to engaging viewers through multimodal presentation, explainer videos engage users through social media. Boyd contends that social media appeals to young people because it gives them an opportunity to participate in public life. A number of societal trends, including suburbanization, increased reliance on the automobile, and increased concerns over safety, have isolated young people. Social media grants teenagers much needed access to public life and provides them with opportunities to express themselves and construct their identities. YouTube users can comment on and like videos, subscribe to channels, and can connect with people who have similar interests. None of these are possible with TV or DVD. Most significantly though, users can share YouTube videos over social networks, which gives users an opportunity to express preference and identity. But explainer videos are also popular with teachers, most of whom would not hesitate to show a YouTube video in their class or assign one for home viewing. After considering Boulter's concept of remediation, I believe that a major reason explainer videos are popular is because they are so similar to the old didactic teaching method of the lecture. Boulter writes about how traditionalists have long lamented the death of prose. Kress, meanwhile, argues that we are naturally nostalgic for old modes, and refers to efforts to impose old communication modes in the present as cultural pessimism. Cyberspace is chaotic. There is no starting point and no end. While hypermedia affords users limitless options, it lacks the strict logic of print. Explainer videos, unlike hypermedia, are linear. Videos have a clear beginning and end, and are often serialized in a manner similar to chapters in a book. Furthermore, in many videos, images typically only appear for a short time before disappearing. In most explainer videos, the images appear to be secondary carriers of meaning that are supportive of the audio. So, the explainer video can be seen as the remediation of the lecture. This old method of teaching, which in medieval times saw university lecturers read a manuscript verbatim while students scribed their own copies, has proven resilient over time. The lecture has incorporated new technologies, including the printing press, the recorded university lecture, PowerPoint, and now the educational explainer video, while keeping the banking model of education alive.